Quiero empezar este video. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Um, don't let people waste your time. Plan your day in advance. Plan your day and plan your day regardless. So this is a little bit of an emotional video. And I want to transmutate this power and this energy to you, to us as a collective, because if you are quantum leaping, quantum jumping into your new reality, which could be fun, but if you say a prayer and you're like, oh God, you know what, please take out the wrong people out of my life, and he actually starts to like remove people, or people start making excuses for you, like, they start making excuses like, oh, I can't make it today, or I can't do it, or I cancel, or whatever. It's not them. See, we have to be mindful that it's not them, right? We're literally ascending to another level. Like, we are literally going to another level where not everyone can breathe the oxygen that we breathe. We're made, you and I, we're made of a different breed. So I ain't gonna lie, the children, the light doesn't usually mix with darkness, because even if it steps into darkness, the darkness disappears. You get it? So if this flower was not here, this yellow one, everything would fade away here, right? It would be like an empty space. But as soon as this comes here, it fills the void. And now there's not a void, but there's something in its place. So when you come into, like, even if somebody comes into your space, or you go into their space and you're the light and their darkness, if they come around you, your light is going to shine so bright that you're basically going to fade them away, meaning scare them away, not in a bad way, but in a good way. And so I know that a lot of us, especially whoever's watching this video, you're going through a very powerful transition. And sometimes we ask ourselves, well, I don't want to be lonely, right? Like, I want to have friends. Like, I remember I was texting this one friend and I'm like, I just want to talk to you. Like, I just want to hang out with you. And the person kept like coming up with all these beautiful suggestions, right? Like, let's go out here, let's go to the movies, or let's go to dinner, or let's whatever. Like, are you not understanding that I just need a friend to talk to? Like, I just need to talk to somebody. And I don't really like have friends. Like, I don't talk to people like that at all. Like, in a way that, like, to basically dump my feelings on anyone. And so I transmuted and transcend this, if you're anything like me, into journaling, meditating, praying, and asking God for guidance, right? I know that, and if you need to reach out to people, by all means, right? Like, don't be afraid to do that. For sure, definitely reach out. And become a beautiful butterfly, let go of the cocoon. You gotta blossom. So, my best recommendation is turn that pain and fuel into productivity by literally feeling the pain. Like, I stood in front of the mirror today, and I asked myself, how do I really feel? Like, not because before I would just shove it down. Like, if you're anything like me, or if you shove things down, that's not a good thing. Like, if you literally just brush it off, ignore it, and just like not talk to them, or not even talk to yourself, what I found is that when you don't address something as soon as it comes up, like as soon as you have a negative thought, or you catch yourself feeling bad, you're like, oh my God, I'm feeling bad. And then you get into this depressive mood, and you're like, oh my God, I feel bad. Or, so as soon as you get into these types of moods, you're supposed to like catch yourself. And is it easy? For me, it wasn't easy. For some people, it's easier than others, right? It's more lighter. They can handle their mind better, whether it's to practice or the environment that they grew up in, right? So it really all depends. But I know that the people that are watching this video are for you, if you hold resentment and you don't even know it. A lot of us hold so much resentment, we don't even know it. We hold so much thing in our bodies, and no wonder we're sick. No wonder our digestive system is not working properly. So I want you to do this exercise and really just sit there with yourself. If you have to look at yourself in the mirror or whatever you have to do, talk to God, talk to yourself, talk and say, what am I really feeling right now? And I felt that moment. I said, ugh, like it hit me in the pit of my stomach. And I felt it and I felt so bad. I was like, man, like this is crazy. I can't believe that I told this person how valuable my time was, and then they told me the same thing, and still end up canceling on me and changing their mind due to whatever damn reason, which is an excuse. I don't care, okay? Everyone changes with time. Jennifer, why are you so mean? Why are you so strict? Are you military style? No, it's not about that. It's just that if you understand, some people are still sleeping, some people are not even awake, and that's why I have grace with people and I usually forgive and shove it under the rug. But the shoving under the rug is the part where the forgiveness is good, but the shoving under the rug is not good, because that's only blocking my manifestations and it's only blocking your manifestations when you choose to just shove things under and ignore it instead of addressing it. You don't have to address it with that person. You can confront the person and say, hey, this, that. But some of us, like me, I don't really like wasting my time going back and forth with somebody who clearly already knew from day one my intentions. But if it makes you feel any better, I want you to actually do what you want to do. Like if you really feel the feeling, right? I felt it in my stomach and I said, damn, I said, Jen, how does this make you feel? Right? Ask yourself, it doesn't make me feel good. It makes me feel like shit, excuse my French, right? But it makes me feel bad. It makes me feel like, damn, I'm not wanted, I'm not needed, or I'm not appreciated. And so I catch myself, I'm like, Jennifer, no, those are just thoughts that are coming from somewhere else that are definitely not yours, and it's definitely not true. You have to be bold enough to address it and talk it and say, you know what, let me transmute this. Okay, I'm feeling this way, and I try like to cry a little bit. Like you gotta let that thing out of you, let it out of your body, shake it off, dance, like do whatever you got to do, just shake it off, do some jumping jacks, like do something to move the energy. Because I found that what happens is when we don't move the energy, we sit there and we're stuck with this energy in our body, and we carry that stuff without us throughout the day, and it slows down our manifestations so bad. So what I did is that I transmutated it into something better. I'm like, okay, I'm feeling this way. And just sit with the feeling. Like this is so important. I'm practicing this every single day, of sitting more with the feeling of when I get hurt or when I get rejected, or because some people don't, like, not everyone has the same triggers. You know what I mean? Like somebody could pass by and look at me in a certain way, I would not even care or pay attention to that. But somebody else, like if somebody else passed by and they look at them a certain way, some people got a problem. You know what I mean? So there's a trigger for everyone with different things. And I know that if you keep working on releasing or finding out how you can transmute, because I don't believe in I believe in transmuting energy, transmuting power, transmuting the pain into productivity, transmuting that into something better, something bigger. Okay, feel it, sit with it, right? Feel, oh my god, I feel bad, I'm depressed, I'm suicidal, I'm this, I'm that, this is unfair, I feel like da 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 da. Sit with the feeling, feel the feeling. Where does it feel bad? In your stomach, in your heart, in your head? You feel like, oh my god, the world's about to end, my time has been wasted. So now sit with that as long as you can. Once you're done, even it doesn't matter if it's 30 minutes, because if the thing is, what do you rather do? Hear me very carefully. What do you rather do? Do you rather sit with it for 30 minutes and then get rid of it and try to clear it, or do you want this to sit with you for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 1 hour, 20 years, and turn into a cancer, turn into we suppress things, and our body is the one that gets sick. Okay. Our body is the one that takes the toll, that takes the poor toll on it. Poor little body. It doesn't deserve that, right? That's why it's like cast all your sins onto Jesus, right? But he, like, all these things, we have to understand that we are the sacrifice. Like if you shove your feelings and how you feel about something that externally happened and you don't deal with it, It builds up this resentment. You put up this wall. You don't let anybody in. Love doesn't come in. Love doesn't come in. Money doesn't come in. Health doesn't come in. Prosperity doesn't come into your life because you keep blocking it. Due to whatever it is, and that you have to ask yourself. I sat there too, and I asked myself, okay, where am I? Truthfully, where am I neglecting myself, right? Where did I cancel on myself? And something came to my mind, and I put that on my priority list to get it done literally as soon as possible, maybe in less than 24 hours, hopefully, or yeah, in less than 24 hours, and then things will shift because a lot of most of it, I mean, I'm telling you, it's 90% of it probably, or even 100, all of our external reflection. Like, I know that I used to hate when people say that when I first started learning manifestation, personal development, and I didn't understand what the hell. Like, I was like, what? Like, how does it, like, that doesn't make sense. How are you telling me that my outer world is a reflection of my inner world, and that whatever people do is somehow deeply rooted inside of me? There's an internal problem or a situation, something that I'm not confronting, that I'm not facing, that I'm canceling, that I'm rejecting, that I'm disrespecting myself. And every time I find it and I fix it, it's true. And everything just starts to reflect right back from the inside out. Literally, it's never anything to do with the outside. No matter how much you love somebody or you want somebody, or there could be family, there could be friends, there could be business partner, there could be acquaintance, it always leads to the reflection of your internal world. And stop trying to be so hard on yourself. Give yourself some love. It's okay to have tough love, is that if that's the way you are, you grow up. But practice turning your pain into productivity. Practice that. Like, whatever, ask yourself, what do I need in this moment? I needed to just go take a nap. I didn't take a nap, but I literally lie down, put my feet up a little bit, and just sat there with the feeling. And then after, I give myself 30 minutes, I put on like a timer. Always try to make sure you don't sit with it too long, because then that just turns into a day, a month, a year, and you're miserable and grind, and it doesn't work. So I give myself some time to reflect upon this and think about it. This is a solution I'm giving you. And then I ask myself, what do I want to do? What do I really want to do? What do I really want to wear? Do I really want to wear those shoes? Did I really want to wear that dress? Did I really want to do my hair that way? And you'll come to find out that, some of the things you put on for show, you put on for the people. Instead of dressing up for yourself, you dress up for them. So it's like, it's so much that goes into it. This is such a beautiful topic. And if you are getting any value from this video, like this video. If you want to work with me one-on-one and we can build your dream life together, literally 10, 20, 50 years down the line, and craft it together, comment the word consultation down below and we can definitely get started. I personally would tell you that because of my mentors that I've had in the past, and even my current mentors, I invest money to be where I am. And I personally feel like I wouldn't have changed any one of the investments that I've made, even though some of them I feel like, dang, I shouldn't have done that. Or, I could have probably put that money towards something else. But everything is divine alignment, and everything is like a divine assignment. And you're blessing other people and they're blessing you tenfold. When you invest your money, $10, $100, 50, 500, 5,000, 1,000 into a consultation, into anything, you always get back more. It doesn't matter what you believe, you always get back more. Trust me. And somehow the universe will bless you and bless, vice versa, right? We're always trading something for something. And sometimes when you put a value amount on your education or your self-worth, it just messes up your internal identity, right? Because if you take one of these petals and you're like, okay, this is $100 bill, and I'm going to trade this $100 bill for what you have to say to me personally. We all need each other. Okay, I'm a big believer in that we do need each other, and that without each other, where would we be? Like, honestly, ask yourself, right? If your mom gave birth to you and she just threw you on the floor, on the ground, she didn't feed you, she didn't clothe you, you just stayed there, you would never survive. You would have died, right? Your mother played a big role in taking care of you, right? This woman literally had to breastfeed you or fed you and clothe you and bathe you, probably teach you how to walk and how to talk and how to speak. People get paid for that, right? Babysitters get paid to take care of babies, right? The women who cater to people, or men who build things, like every one of us, there's a value and a price. Oh, Jennifer, well, I cannot afford this. Well, I have learned, and this can go very deep, I have learned that if you can't afford bettering your life for whatever you want, because you gotta want it. I'm a big believer in that. You have to want it. If you cannot afford that, ask yourself the better question: I cannot afford not to. And I learn everything that I'm saying from God, from Jesus, from people, from wisdom, from life, from failures, from heartaches, from lessons, from everything I learn. And I hear things and I take what resonates with me or what could help me to get to where I'm going. So ask yourself a better question, right? Don't say, oh, well, I cannot afford it. Don't say, I cannot afford it. Say, I cannot not afford it, right? Like you cannot not afford, you can't afford to lose, man. Mm. If you met the successful person that is doing what it is you want to do, whether it's a successful YouTube channel or a singer, a dancer, someone who's creating videos, movies, acting, they're getting paid to do what they love, cooking, cleaning, preaching, whatever, right? They're planting trees, they're making these little things at home to sell them to get paid, right? Whatever. Okay, that person will tell you, and I've met countless amounts of successful people, a lot of people I've talked to, whew, thousands. They would tell you that they would risk it, or they would risk it all, and if that they don't trade something for something, nothing ever comes out of it. Again, if you were 4 years old and you weren't, they didn't teach you a language, right? You just didn't hear nobody talking, you wouldn't talk. So your mother, trade her energy and her time with your father to have a baby. They had to give something. She gave love, he gave love. He could give money, she could give money. He could give a sperm and she could give a baby. So it's like, if you really just, again, turning pain into productivity, it's always something for something. Before, I thought very different. I don't, it's so funny how honestly the identity shift, that the person I am today can't even remember the stupid things that I used to think before, which is a good thing. Like I don't even want to remember it or try to remember it, because it's not even a part of me anymore. I'm like, oh, really? I did that? I used to do that? I used to say that? Oh no, right? And so we grow and we learn and we evolve. And I will tell you, what if you ask yourself this question: what is more valuable? Who profited more, the dad or the mother? Ask yourself the question: if the father gave his sperm, which is you, your father had to give a sperm out of all these, what is it, millions or billions or trillions or whatever, how much ever, thousands and millions of sperms, that one little sperm egg, that one little thingy majigger, that little, literally, like imagine milk, imagine sperm, right? Imagine that little mustard seed, like imagine just a grain of sand. You turned into this huge human being by literally going into your mother's vagina. Yes, I'm saying it out loud, your mother's vagina, and you were birthed forth as a precious jewel human being. You came forth into this earth. So your father gave a sperm to your mother, and your mother literally did the most with this, multiplied it, and then gave a life after 9, 8, 9 months, 7, 8, 9 months of carrying you in her stomach, and gave this man a whole baby. A whole baby for a sperm that comes produced by pleasure, by doing what you love. So he was making love to this woman, and in turn, he got a human being, an entire child, a legacy, a generational wealth, a human being. Like, are you serious? He traded a sperm for a human being. Now, you tell me, if that was money, if his sperm was money, right? If your money, your money is sperm, whatever, you give the money to a counselor or anybody, you go and pay for something, let's say a mentor. Let's talk about that because it's very important. And that mentor gives you a baby, it gives you information, it gives you strategies and tools to grow your money, or to build, or to become better, or to cut the curve and advance 10 years faster. Why wouldn't you do that? Does that make sense? That man, if that man gave that woman money, she go and shop, right? She buy some nice jewelry, nice earrings, nice whatever, buy food for the house, whatever. Yeah. So we have to really change the way we look at things. We have to change our perspective every single day. That person did not stood you up. That person showed you what it is that you are doing, which is neglecting yourself at some level. And you got to be spiritually awakened. You have to be aware and awake to really understand where and how you're neglecting yourself. Because as soon as you catch yourself neglecting yourself, you'll be able to fix it. And once you fix that, I promise you, everything else will open up and fall into place. And then you'll be like, oh, that was easy. But most of us, most people are not willing to do the work. It's hard, it's not easy, especially if you're alone or you didn't grow up in this environment, you're doing it by yourself, you don't really have a community. Yeah, so you just have to put one foot in front of the other and reach out to people and everyone. Okay, if people don't answer, just look at your life. Do not blame people, right? If you call someone and they don't answer, ask yourself, always come back, always point the finger back to you and say, where am I not answering the call? Where am I not answering my call? You're calling yourself, right? Maybe you're calling, but you're not doing your calling. If you call 100 times and no one answers the phone, if I bet if you go into your own life and you're like, dang, where am I not answering the phone? Where am I not answering the door? Where am I not like, if somebody calls you, let's say you get 5 missed calls and you don't answer the phone, I want you to test this. I know it sounds crazy, and I've done this experiment, and I didn't like it because I don't really like the phone thing, but it's an example, right? Don't take this too seriously, guys. But if you literally go and you say, okay, somebody calls you and you answer the phone, literally, it could be your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your cousin, your friend, your coworker, whoever, your husband, your wife. If you answer the phone and you hang up, click, okay, you answered, and then you thought you hang up, you go and you make another 100 calls. Maybe the 99 call will answer your phone. You will be, something will click and be like, oh, damn. So people call you now and now you answer the phone. And it doesn't necessarily have to be the same phone thing, but it could be answering your calling to paint, to dance, to play music, to create content, to open the door, to go outside, answering things that you want to do for yourself. Once you start doing that, when you call people or you call, the universe, you call God, you call upon God, you're going to see that they're going to answer you because you are answering yourself. Hopefully this video made sense for you. I love you so much. I'm gonna let y'all go, okay? And I will see you on my next video. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Okay, love you. Bye. Ciao.